Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we're going to be reviewing the Toyota RAV4 Adventure. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Brent Brown Toyota here in Orem, Utah for giving me some time with this RAV4. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 2.5 liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 25 around town and then 33 on the highway, with power outputs being 203 horsepower and then 184 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see how it's kind of raised up on either side. It gives the RAV4 a more muscular appearance. And then popping down below, I love the headlight design here, and then you can see we've got fog lights as well. Darker coloration here on the grille, and then this is one of the key design points where you can tell that this is more of an off-road oriented RAV4. And putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the looks, but I think this looks pretty sharp. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 235, 55, 19 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see here with the wheels, you've got the satin gray finish there. And you've got these big chunky fender flares with a little splash guard. And then more of that chunky bodywork is what I'll call it on the side. Gives it a more off-roader appearance. And then we do have some random chrome trim there, which is interesting. We do have a crossbar setup there. And putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the looks here with the Adventure. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function, Toyota logo there on the back. And popping into the rear, you can see we've got plenty of cargo space here in the back. We also have a cargo cover built in from the factory. Got some netting here on the side with a 12 volt and got a little outlet here in the back as well. And then when you're all done, they give you this nice handle where you can just pop. Now here's quickly the taillights. You can see Adventure down below and then all the rest of the badging. And putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the looks here with this RAV4 Adventure. Now taking a look at the door panel, you can see soft touch here with the stitching that goes across. We've got our window control here with the door handle. I like the overall look, and the handle to pull the door in has a very rugged feel. Now taking a look at the seats, you can see this little kind of like insert there, and then I love the design on the center of the seat. I think that looks really sharp. Legroom back here is good. Storage pocket on that side. Got some vents here in the back. We got USBs. We of course have a cup holder armrest, and then headroom back here. It's good. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see here with the stitching and then the padding down below, we've got all of our window controls, mirror adjustments as well, and then we do have blind spot monitoring here with the mirrors. And then more of that cool stitching, and you can see the little insert there, and then I love the design down the center portion. Power adjustments here on the side, and you have stuff for like the heated steering wheel, for example. You've got your gas cap and hood release down below as well. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see soft touch all around, and then we've got controls for our cruise control. For example, we've got volume and voice command controls for the center stack as well, and then you've got your regular stocks here on the back. So we've got the RAV4's new gauge cluster setup. You guys can see it's analog on either side, but then we do have the screen here in the center, which will give us different bits of information on the RAV4 itself. And then we do have our different drive modes, which will kind of change the look of the gauge cluster depending on the drive mode. Now, obviously, this isn't the cool, like, big digital gauge cluster, but, I mean, I think it still gets the job done. Now we do have a backup camera here with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, it's Toyota's newer unit. So we've got a physical button for the volume right here. And then we have a shortcut bar here on the side, which responds quickly. And then behind the infotainment system, it's actually all soft touch, which is nice. And even down below as well, if the camera will focus on it. Not gonna happen. There we go, there's a better look at the dash that's not being destroyed by the sun. But you can see the storage there, and then I guess we can take a look at the glove box, pretty big. Anyways, down below we've got our controls here for the climate. You guys can see we've got automatic climate and dual zone climate, which is nice. Heated seats here for the front passengers, got that for the stability control. And then our charging area in here. And then we have our shifter there for the 8-speed automatic transmission, parking brake with our auto hold, and then your drive mode select here in this area. We have got a snow mode as well as hill descent control. Got some cup holders here, and I like this trim that goes around. I think that's pretty cool. And then good storage space inside some USBs. Got some nice padding here on the top, and then we do have a manual mirror dimmer as well. Now here's a quick look at the window stick. You guys can see RAV4 Adventure. Here's all the standard equipment. And then they were based MSRP, and then we do have some options on this particular one. Total MSRP, $37,998. And let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood. Both the mirrors do a blind spot monitoring. And the rest of the rear. And, well, let us adventure in the RAV4 Adventure. So I want to do a review on this because I always try to review as many packages on the RAV4 every year as I can. And I also want to have a chance to drive this back to back with the RAV4 Hybrid to see which powertrain I like more. So that's kind of like the other point of this review today. But outside of me justifying reviewing 2 RAV4s in one day, which I actually like, let's talk about how this drives. So first off, seats are comfortable. I do like the heated seat function. It's pretty chilly this morning. I think it was like 20 something degrees when I left. I don't know how warm it is now. Oh, it says it's 38 now. Wow, it's warmed up quite a bit, pretty fast. The thing about Utah is it warms up and cools down quickly. But outside of the heated seat, good torque. Yeah, good torque out of this. So I think that's fun. And it's comfortable too. Ride quality is good. Steering and handling is good. It's easy to drive. Typical RAV4 driver going under the speed limit. But yeah, I like the steering. It's not heavy, but it's got a good amount of feel and directness to it for a crossover like this. So I think they've done a good job with that. It's just comfortable. It's just a comfortable vehicle when it comes to the ride quality. Some other stuff, noise insulation is pretty good. I mean, this isn't the best test because, you know, we want to be at highway speeds to really be able to tell, but it seems like, you know, pretty good, at least in this form. I really like the ride quality of the RAV4. It's very comfortable. It has a solid feel that you don't necessarily get in like the CR-V, for example. Speaking of CR-V, there's one. But getting a little acceleration here. Oh, I love this engine and this transmission. I think this might, I mean, again, I am going to be doing a comparison with this versus the CR-V, but I think this might be the powertrain choice. Because the torque is just, it's so good. And it really is. So to cap things off here, I think this adventure package looks cool. I like the interior. I think it drives really well. The one thing that I will say is, you know, why would Toyota call this an adventure and not put at least somewhat more aggressive tires on it? I mean, these are just regular street tires. I understand the TRD off-road is the one that's supposed to have the much more aggressive stuff. I understand that. But, I mean, they could have, I don't know, I feel like they could have done a little bit more in the tire department for this. But let me know your thoughts on the RAV4 Adventure, and let me know your thoughts on this powertrain in the RAV4 as well.